7 intriguing reasons your dog breathes so heavily. Dogs have many unique traits that make them endearing and lovable. They never want to leave your side, they always seem to know how to cheer you up, and they're always down to have a fun time playing fetch or just relax on the couch and cuddle. But there are a few things about dogs that you might not notice until you've spent some extended time with your furry pal. One of those things is your dog's heavy breathing or panting. It can be surprising or even a little scary to hear that heavy breathing for the first time, but we're here to explain it and what you can do if it's particularly bad. I'm going to give you 7 reasons why your dog breathes so heavily and what you can do about it. Make sure to stick around for the whole video to learn something interesting and new about your dog's health and the serious diseases you should think about if your dog is breathing heavily and when it's time to see the vet. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and to hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we post more videos about your dog just like this one. There are quite a few reasons why your dog might be breathing heavily, and some of them can be serious medical issues. So it's good to be aware of the causes and how to approach them, as we'll discuss in this video. Reason number 1. We got our dog Nori during the summer in Southern California, so it was hot those first couple months. Like any new dog parent, though, I was excited to take her out on walks because she loved it, even in the heat. One day, I made the mistake of taking her out in the middle of the day in the peak of the heat, and as we came up to a tree casting a big shadow, Nori decided she needed a break. She plopped down in the shade, started that patented doggy panting, and refused to budge. I was scared for our new dog, thinking that I had made a huge mistake taking her for a walk in mid-80-degree weather with no wind. But after about 10 minutes, Nori felt okay enough to get up, and we slowly walked home where she gulped down a big bowl of water. If your dog is breathing heavily, then there's a good chance it's the same reason you're sweating when it's hot out and you're being active. Dogs breathe heavily to regulate their body temperature because they don't have pores they can sweat through all over their bodies like us. If it's a really hot day and you're worried about your best friend, try wrapping him in towels soaked with cold water to cool him off. If that doesn't help, it might be time to take him to the vet to check for heat stroke. Reason number 2. Your dog might be feeling extra playful and now she's got herself wound up and breathing heavily. If your dog's running around the house during a time of the year that isn't very hot and she's still breathing heavily, it's probably because she's excited. If you two are playing together, then try to keep your ears open for a different type of heavy breathing. Certain dogs have a distinct, pronounced breathing that sounds a little like wheezing when they're excited, and it's actually referred to as dog laughter. Yes, your dog laughs when she's excited or happy just like you. You can tell it's dog laughter and not something serious by the loose body language your dog is showing, along with the short, heavy breaths and the way it goes away after the excitement ends. This is more common in dogs with short snouts like bulldogs, Boston Terriers, and pugs. Reason number 3. Have you ever been in a particularly stressful or nerve-wracking situation where you started having trouble breathing? Or maybe you didn't have trouble breathing, but you started sweating more or your heart started beating faster. It's not very fun, right? Well, dogs can have a similar reaction when they're feeling stressed or anxious. They'll have a physical reaction, and that usually looks like a change in their breathing. It becomes heavier and faster. There could be other signs your pooch is showing that he's uncomfortable, so be on the lookout for heavy breathing combined with trembling, whining, a tucked tail, or avoiding eye contact. The first 3 reasons were about things that regularly cause your dog to breathe heavily, but there are also some scary, more serious problems that might be causing your dog to breathe heavily that we'll go over for the rest of the video. Reason number 4. Your dog might be having trouble breathing, and that's causing the heavy breathing or panting. And the trouble breathing could itself be caused by many different respiratory issues. It could be an allergic reaction, pneumonia, or even bronchitis. Yes, dogs can suffer from a lot of the same sicknesses that humans suffer from. Like the reasons I mentioned earlier in the video, there are plenty of things that might be causing your dog to breathe more heavily that happen regularly and often. But it's important to know when the heavy breathing happens because your dog is having a hard time breathing normally. You should take your dog to see the vet right away if that's the case. Reason number 5. You shouldn't just be on the lookout for issues affecting your buddy's lungs, though, because there are other serious issues that might be causing heavy breathing. One other thing is cardiovascular issues. Your dog's heart disease can sometimes make fluid build up in your dog's lungs and make it more difficult for her to breathe normally. Reason number 6. A less serious disease but still something that you should know about it and consider when your dog is breathing heavily is Cushing's disease. Cushing's disease is when dogs produce too much cortisone, aka the stress hormone, which causes your dog to breathe more heavily as well as drink more water, pee more, lose hair, gain a pot belly, and also feel restless in general. It's not life or death and won't necessarily need immediate attention, but it is something that can affect the long-term quality of life for your pup. And everyone wants their dog to live a long, happy, healthy life, right? So, it's good to at least be aware of Cushing's disease, especially if you notice your dog breathing heavily. Reason number 7. It might be the breed of your dog. There are plenty of dog breeds known for their squished faces. We know you've seen them, and we love them too, but there are some things to know about breeds like pugs, bulldogs, Boston Terriers, Shih Tzus, and other squished-faced dogs. They're very cute, but those squished faces and short noses can lead to excessive heavy breathing. The squished faces make oxygen exchange and air exchange more difficult than it is for dogs with longer snouts. It's something that can be so bad that it requires surgery to open up that airway. Even if the squished face is unique, it's worth considering that your dog might be in pain or have trouble breathing because of it. The good thing is that the surgery is successful much more often than not, so once it's done, you can go back to having a great time with your adorable squished face buddy. So, your dog's heavy breathing is natural and happens regularly no matter what breed she is. But if it happens even when your dog should be relaxed and chilling on her bed, then it could mean that your dog is having more serious problems and it's time to get the opinion of a veterinary professional. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification to get more videos just like this one.